Imagine the sun rising over the endless Arizona desert, turning the earth to gold as far as the eye can see. It's a land teeming with tales of adventure, fortune, and transformation. A place where dreams of sudden riches and communities forged from nothing have shaped the landscape and its people for generations. Our journey today dives into the heart of one of America's most legendary pursuits, the gold rush. But this isn't just a dusty story from the past. In 2025, Arizona is experiencing a modern revival of the gold rush spirit, bringing together history, high-tech mining, and the exuberance of a world-class music festival in a way that captures the imagination of locals and outsiders alike. Follow along as we explore Gold Rush Arizona 2025, tracing its roots from historic beginnings through modern-day mines and celebrations, and discover how technology, culture, and community intertwine to keep the dream of gold alive. Let's turn back the clock to those first tantalizing hints of gold that lured prospectors into what would one day become Arizona. Back in the mid-19th century, the land that is now Arizona had only recently become part of the United States, following the boundary-shifting Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo and the Gadsden Purchase. The year was 1858, when Jacob Snively struck gold along the Gila River, not far from the current city of Yuma. News spread like wildfire, just as the fevered search in California had begun to die down. Soon, desperate men and women braved churning rivers and scorching deserts, hoping for the lucky glint of placer gold in their pans. These weren't just scattered seekers. Their numbers swelled, bringing with them a contagious optimism and, inevitably, conflict. In the Weaver District, Bradshaw Mountains, and around Wickenburg, new gold finds ignited furious rushes. The psychedelic tales of the lost Dutchman mine, a supposedly endless stash hidden deep in the Superstition Mountains, took on a life of their own, inspiring generations of treasure hunters, fueled as much by legend as possibility. By the 1870s, a constellation of boomtowns dotted the state: Prescott, Jerome, and of course, Tombstone, a name synonymous with Wild West drama. While silver eventually overshadowed gold, Arizona's mines continued to spew out riches. Between 1858 and the mid-20th century, more than 16 million troy ounces of gold were pulled from this arid ground, often in tandem with copper and silver. Gold didn't just line pockets. It shaped the very destiny of Arizona, carving paths through mountains, driving rivers from their beds, and building vibrant, if sometimes rowdy, communities where none existed before. These towns, some of them ghosts now, bear witness to the toll and triumph of the mining era, their weathered timbers and rusted equipment, a silent homage to the people who once dared to call this frontier home. Yet, for native peoples like the Apache and Pima, the gold rushes brought not prosperity, but loss, displacement, environmental destruction, and new neighbors with little regard for established ways of life. The landscapes themselves, etched by picks and dynamite, tell the story of both renewal and ruin, as the quest for wealth left lasting scars, even as it ceded Arizona's status as a key player in America's mining saga. The dream of easy riches may have faded with time and government regulation, the latter kicking in hard after World War II. But the gold rush never quite left Arizona's core. You can still feel echoes of that wild, hopeful energy in places like Goldfield Ghost Town near Apache Junction, where visitors can pan for gold and walk the same dusty trails as the prospectors of old. Fast forward to 2025, and you'll discover Arizona is once again on the brink of golden opportunity. But this time, the tools are modern, and the stakes are higher than ever. Global events, ranging from geopolitical tensions to concerns over inflation, have sent gold prices skyrocketing, with industry analysts predicting an eye-watering $3,100 per ounce by the year's end. This unexpected boom has set off a fresh wave of activity across Arizona, launching what many are calling a new gold rush. Today's miners, however, look quite different from the tough-as-nails pioneers of the Old West. They rely on advanced technologies, rigorous environmental protections, and a new understanding of sustainability. At the forefront of this resurgence is the Gold Road Mine in the Oatman District, a fabled site with deep roots in Arizona's history. After years of dormancy, Gold Road Inc. is breathing new life into this mine, armed with permits, high-tech heap leach systems that extract gold more efficiently, and a mission to tap into over 200,000 ounces of proven reserves. This is no small operation. It's the kind of project that could power a whole community's future, all while trying to preserve the land for generations to come. Just a few miles away, Elevation Gold's Moss Mine near Bullhead City processes mountains of material every day, using detailed life-of-mine plans and extending their footprint well into 2025. Even as environmentalists raise questions about water usage and wildlife, these operations push forward, unearthing more than just gold, but also debates about development and the natural world. And it's not just the big companies. A fresh generation of junior miners, names like Arizona Gold and Silver Inc., Liberty Star Minerals, and Ivanhoe Electric, are fanning out across the state, powered by new discoveries and bolstered by strong markets. These companies are drilling at sites with historic roots, using state-of-the-art exploration methods, and even sharing the field with hobbyists. Anyone with the proper permits can try their luck on public lands, sustaining a legacy of democratic prospecting in the digital age. Underpinning these operations are strict safety and environmental rules, with the Arizona State Mine Inspector playing the watchdog, a role that has only become more vital as the land faces the triple challenge of dwindling water, fragile deserts, and the pursuit of prosperity. Sustainability is the new mantra among Arizona's gold miners. By 2025, more than 80% of the state's active mines are expected to adopt eco-friendly technologies like the FS25 system, which dramatically cuts the use of precious water and risky chemicals. These forward-thinking shifts come not just from regulation, but also from a changing attitude. It's increasingly clear that today's gold rush has to balance extraction with responsibility to both land and people. And with 445 active mines and related facilities scattered across the state, the gold mining sector is no sideshow. Billions of dollars course through Arizona's economy thanks to the lure and labor of mining, ensuring that gold remains central to the state's identity. But gold in Arizona isn't just a mineral to be pulled from the earth. It's also a metaphor, a symbol of dreams and togetherness. Nowhere is this more evident than at the Gold Rush Music Festival. Imagine, for a moment, a different sort of rush. Instead of prospectors, tens of thousands of festival-goers flood into the heart of the sun-baked desert, chasing a rush not of metal, but of music, energy, and camaraderie. The Gold Rush Festival started in 2017 as a humble celebration of EDM, electronic dance music, set within the Wild West-themed Rawhide Western town in Chandler, just outside Phoenix. This lovingly crafted town is a living time capsule, a place where dusty saloons, wooden sidewalks, and old stagecoaches set the stage for a new kind of gold rush. But Gold Rush isn't just about revelry. It's a boon for the local economy, bringing more than 20,000 visitors and boosting nearby businesses at a time when Arizona is again flush with gold, both literal and symbolic. This blending of mining history and modern music culture isn't just a coincidence. It's a genuine celebration of Arizona's unique place in the American imagination. For many, Gold Rush is more than a festival. It's a spiritual descendant of those early pioneers who chased dreams through unknown lands. The surrounding mining towns like Jerome, Sedona, or Prescott beckon festival goers to extend their adventure, offering guided tours, museums, and the palpable thrill of standing in the shadow of history. As technology continues to change how we prospect for gold, perhaps someday shifting the balance once and for all toward machines and data-driven insights, the story remains unfinished. Arizona's gold fields hold the promise of new discoveries and, perhaps, new ways to reconnect with a shared past. So what does the future hold for Gold Rush Arizona beyond simply digging or dancing? Here, technology quietly takes center stage, promising to redefine what a gold rush can be in the third decade of the 21st century. Mining companies now have an edge unimaginable to the pioneers of old, thanks in large part to breakthroughs in satellite-based data solutions. Enter Pharmanaut, a visionary company at the very center of mining's digital transformation. Founded with the mission to democratize advanced remote sensing technologies, Pharmanaut opens worlds of possibility for prospectors of all scales, from backyard hobbyists to major mining operations. Their tools harness the power of satellites to see the Earth in ways that once belonged in the realm of science fiction. With Pharmanaut's platform, miners can scan vast tracts of Arizona territory without lifting a shovel. Using sophisticated hyperspectral imaging, satellites detect the unique light signatures given off by minerals, including the iron oxides and clays that often hint at hidden gold deposits. These glowing fingerprints are invisible to the naked eye, but Pharmanaut's algorithms sift through this data, mapping geological features, tracking Earth movement, and identifying promising zones. Drawing on multispectral datasets from global sources like Landsat, they blend information from many angles, combining topographical 3D mapping via LiDAR with synthetic aperture radar, SAR, for monitoring ground stability, even during sandstorms or cloud cover. Artificial intelligence knits these threads into actionable insights, generating predictive models and risk maps within hours rather than months. What does this mean on the ground? For mining companies in the thick of Arizona's 2025 gold rush, Pharmanaut's real magic is in its results. Costs can be slashed by as much as 60%, as risky and expensive field expeditions are replaced by data-driven strategies. Suddenly, miners can prioritize high-potential zones, minimize their environmental footprint by avoiding fragile habitats, and get up-to-the-minute alerts if shifting ground threatens safety or efficiency. The result is a smarter, safer, and more sustainable approach, one that honors the state's storied legacy while protecting it for future generations. Real-world success stories underscore Pharmanaut's credibility, mapping out gold prospects in Mauritania using multispectral signatures, or helping companies in Tanzania, Nigeria, South America, and Kenya focus exploration precisely where it matters most. By integrating GIS, AI, and even blockchain, Pharmanaut provides a level of transparency and accountability once rare in the mining world. Arizona's new gold rush, then, is defined not just by picks and pans, nor by the pulse of dance music under open skies, but by future-forward technology that levels the playing field for everyone with a stake in the Earth's resources. Whether your dream involves panning for gold, launching a mining enterprise, or catching the world's best DJ's epic under the desert stars, Arizona in 2025 welcomes you to take part in a truly modern gold rush, one that blends the best of the past with the promise of the future, driven forward by innovation, community, and the relentless human quest for discovery.